Thank you those that are watching us here at LC Africa. We are located in Nansana, opposite KFC. This program is proudly sponsored by Maganjo Grain Millers, the makers of wheat products in Uganda, one of the best wheat products in the world. This evening, we are having our good friend and the Chief Prince of Rwenzori, as well as the Honorable, the MP-elect of Bughendera County. But before we start, let us first go into a commercial break, and we shall be right back. Beautiful. I told you we are having a Honorable Kibanzanga, Christopher Taban Balvura. We are privileged to have you, sir.
Thank you so much, Hudson.
Can you say hello to our viewers?
Good afternoon, my dear viewers. The viewers of Rwenzori, viewers of Bughendera, and specifically the viewers and listeners of Bughendera County, a constituency I ideally represent. Good afternoon. As you have heard, my name is Kibanzanga Christopher, Member of Parliament elect for Bughendera County constituency in Bughendera, proposed district in Western Uganda.
Well, thank you, Honorable. I've been very critical when you're introducing yourself and you have skipped your name Taban. I so much wanted to first know how this name came about, because sometimes we hear people calling you Taban.
Yes, my name also includes the name Taban. Taban was given to me because of what we went through during the Rwenzori struggle. We went through a lot of problems, and the word Taban comes from tabu, problems, challenges.
Okay.
So in order to keep the memory of what we went through, I say nicknamed Taban.
And what of the name Balevura?
Balevura, it is also related to what we went through. Balevura in Chikonzo, loosely translated, means I will tell the story. I will live to tell the story. And I'm so happy to the Almighty God. He has kept me up to today to tell the story of what we went through during the Rwenzori struggle.
So briefly, Honorable, before we start, let us first look into the Kyankwanzi story. You are invited to Kyankwanzi as the MP-elect for Bughendera. Which specific issues did you have to discuss that have to benefit the people of Bughendera? Because you spent there almost 10 days.
Thank you very much, Love Channel. Love Channel Africa.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me first really appreciate you and thank you for this effort, for this initiative. And also I thank you for having chosen me to be one of your panelists, to highlight and bring the issues of Rwenzori at a national level.
Exactly.
Indeed, on 15th January, I was declared the winner of the Bughendera constituency elections, and currently I'm the MP elect of Bughendera County in
Bughendera district.
That is yours. And definitely I am a member of the NRM. Although these fellows were trying to push me out, I cautiously and intentionally rejoined the NRM, the bus, with my luggage. And as I entered the bus, some of these NRM functionaries wanted to push me out to leave my luggage in the bus. And I said, you guys, I rejoined the NRM, you invited me in the bus, I came with my luggage, and you are pushing me out of the bus. For that matter, therefore, let me take my luggage. And I fought back to go back and pick my luggage. Eventually, they gave me a seat.
After entering the bus to pick your luggage, they told you you're going nowhere.
Eventually, they gave me a seat. So that's how I am on the MP.
By the way, that brings to the controversy.
That's how I am an MP elect now of
Bughendera
County in Bughendera.
Honorable, that brings
proposed district.
That brings down to the controversy you had during the elections.
Oh,
because the president had a rally there, I heard and read somewhere that there were two rallies that day. Your main rally and the president's rally.
The president's rally was the main rally.
Ah, Otio.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you have those two rallies? You know, I want to drive you at a terrific speed.
It's a long story.
You can cut it short.
We have 1 hour here. We have 1 hour here. And
I wanted
1
to
hour
get the,
on an interview is not a simple matter.
I wanted to get the basis
But it was
of leaving your guy luggage.
It was like this. When these fellows pushed me out of the bus,
Otio?
and I asked them, okay, if you are pushing me out of the bus, there is my luggage. Give it to me. And they were somehow fighting at the door of the bus. I said, I have to pick my luggage. And finally, when I entered the bus, they gave me the chair. And the president had the haggling. The haggling. Give Kibanzanga his luggage. Push him to go without his luggage. Give him his luggage. Oh, he gets back to the bus. And their president announced, we are using a lot of... Thereafter, after those elections, those are NRM primary elections, then the president announced that with immediate effect, Bughendera County is alleviated to a district status. Man, we clapped and danced. And for the president, it was to take immediate effect, because that was January. It was February. It was to take immediate effect of this beginning financial year. But of course, because of our social issues, ethnic, tribal, and others, malice, people started complaining, and it wasn't possible. And it was during the campaign general elections, and the president was to come to individual for the campaign. And there are people who wanted to swallow other communities. They shouldn't be seen. We are the only ones. We are the only ones there. And we said, you know, the president has given us a district status. And therefore, we have got to show him our appreciation. Fortunately enough, by geographical location, you cannot enter
Bundibujo
without going through Bughendera. And for us, it was 50th, by the way. The president was to visit on 50th. And then for us, we said we shall have a Kasiki at the entry of Bughendera.
On 4th?
On 4th. That's Brondo. In fact, we slept in Brondo. Drumming, dancing, drinking, doing all sorts of things.
So you had the Kasiki there?
Yeah, that make people happy.
But you?
Waiting for the president to come on 5th.
On 5th.
And because the president had used the road going to Kasese, we thought he was using the road coming to
Bundibujo. He used the
Bundibujo and Bughendera, because now Bughendera was declared a district by the president.
Exactly.
And the word of the president is the word of the president.
So he used the air.
Man, because of malice, he was advised to use the air. But also we got to know that the president is not using the road.
So
said, okay,
if
he's using the air, we shall wave.
So as you were in Burondo, you saw the man flying over.
I saw him passing. But it's okay. We are here, we're dancing for you, welcoming you, showing you our thanks, our appreciation, and giving you a hero's welcome to Bughendera district as you continue to
Bundibujo district.
To Bundibujo. And man, the mountain rolled down. People came to wait for the president. People were so happy. People were so excited. And of course, people, those who went to the main rally in Wamadu, kept on tarnishing our name. That this is a defiance action.
You want to show the president that you have power.
They even labeled us to be rebels.
Traitors.
These are mangoes. These are royal guards. These are waylaying the president. It is an ambush. They intended to hijack the president to the mountains. But you know, it is very difficult to make a lie to president himself. Very difficult.
Yeah, surely.
The time he spent at Bumadu, he had got information that these are people of Bughendera, whom we have always mistreated, whom we have always discriminated in terms of service delivery, in terms of politics, and that is the reason I gave them a counter so that they have a breathing space, and you have continued. Although security says now that's the president. Although security and protocol says I cannot simply go and bump into such a crowds because we had over 5,000 people. Our rally in Burundi was lively than even Bumadu. Bumadu was stage managed. It was organic.
Organic crowds.
Oh, people transported themselves. People walked. People hired motorcycles for themselves. Vehicles. People used their vehicles to come to Bumadu. Organic. Because also the NRM officer had refused to give us 80 million point five to transport our people. But even if they had given it to us, Bughendera has only one road. Bughendera County has only one road.
One road. And
like
that goes to Vundivuju.
You cannot transport people from the mountains. No roads. And for us, we had talked to these fellows that, okay, Bughendera having no roads. It is a backward place. Intentionally, which we have kept in the state of backwardness. Intentionally. But this time we want to show the president that we exist.
That there are no roads.
That we are very happy because you have given us the district to open up roads for ourselves. Let us transport ourselves to Burundi. Burundi is along the road. Whereby you will send us a vehicle in the morning and then we go to the main rally. The fellows did not send the vehicles. Until the president arrived.
Your plan was Kasiki, then early morning.
They sent vehicles for us to join the rally. Did they? They didn't. Marginalization continued.
I hear they did.
They didn't. In the face of the president, they continued marginalizing us. Until when the president started talking, they started panicking. Now they send 5 vehicles. What was 5 vehicles going to do? To carry 5,000 people? And the people said, please, please,
we are not going.
Enough is enough. There is a way how we shall see the president. After all, we are here to give the president a hero's welcome.
So after the president hearing that, he sent someone to your rally. And
after the president had started all those jargons, all those games, all the games of marginalizing a community, now he sends the speaker. Because his protocol and security couldn't allow him to bump into a crowd of unverified 5,000 people along the road. And of course with the malice, with the lies, with the... Man, we have suffered in this country. So the president asks the speaker, go and tell my people that I have had I have heard their cry. And if their cry is Bughendera, it is a deal done, and I'm going to finalize with it. But let them be steady first, and look at the leaders. Let the leaders follow me to where? To Ndoroko. Because after Bundovuju, he flew to Ndoroko. Man, we saw the speaker.
So you went to Ndoroko.
We saw the speaker arriving. The speaker delivered the president's message and invited me with more 5 other elders to go and meet the president to Ndoroko. Man.
I hear after the Ndoroko rally, you met him one-on-one.
I heard that they had poisoned the president. They had said Kyankwanzi is on defiance as usual. You know him. That's what they had told the president. Going to Ndoroko, I knew the president was going to say, this young man. But when the president arrived, the speaker called me to also receive the president in Ndoroko. And the president was like, Mutabani, Owero Linka.
You know you are his son.
Mutabani, Owero Linka. I said, Mzee, you know. Then he said, no. I will call you. No, I will call you. I said, you can say. So I went back and sat. He addressed the people. And the speaker went to remind him. The speaker wanted us to move up to Fokoto and have a meeting in the evening. The president said, I am a bit busy. I have other commitments. But tell Mutabani.
That I will meet him at my convenience.
That I will give him a call tomorrow morning. It was a Saturday. And then I will arrange a meeting. So indeed, Saturday, at around 5:30, President calls, and they explained, Mutabani, what was the problem? And he explained, and they said, what do you think we should do? Then he said, no, I'm going to arrange a meeting with your people. You come and we'll have a follow-up of these issues. I clapped my hands. And then we continued. That was January. It was when?
That was January, during the rallies.
That was December now. It was December 5th. President called me December 6th.
Oh, yeah.
And then we continued with the month of Christmas. Yeah. So I had even forgotten. On 25th, the RDC individual calls me. Said, Kibanzanga, where are you? I said, man, I'm at Cherend here. He says, the State House is looking for you. I said, what's up? He says, let me give you the number of the State House officer, so that you talk to her. Then he gave me the number. Then I called, and Madam Aisha told me, hey, Kibanzanga, we've been looking for you for 2 days. Where have you been? I said, I'm in the mountains. You mean there's no network in the mountains?
He said, oh, yes.
I said, oh, yes. This is Bughendera, madam. Says, the president wants you tomorrow at 2. And tomorrow was 26th December. Oh, man.
And he drove to Rachtura.
I drove to Rachtura at night with a team of about 11 people. We reached there.
Those are elders?
Elders and younger people. We drew the delegation from across a section of our people. We reached Rachtura on the 6th morning, celebrated with the president on 6th, and then he called us aside to have a discussion. And we had a very fruitful discussion outlining the issues of Bughendera, proposed district, and the president appreciated. And off we left for Bughendera.
Okay.
We went and continued with the campaign, and we are remaining with the honor 25th, and we are to vote.
So now we are back.
3 weeks.
We are now back to your luggage in the bus now.
Yes, I went back to try to either to be given a seat in the bus or collect my luggage. Finally and final, the people of Bughendera said, Kibanzanga, you are NRM, you are going nowhere, have your seat, and your luggage is in the racket. I sat comfortably, and that is the spirit under which I'm here, and that's the spirit under which I went to Kyankwanzi.
Okay. Now, notwithstanding now the Kyankwanzi, there is an allegation that you people were given 100 million. Is that true?
In Kyankwanzi?
Yes.
Yes, the president said, my people, I will give you. Yes. So what is the problem?
So you are enjoying taxpayers' money at the expense of...
Don't they say taxpayers' money? Do you know that NRM is a political party?
Yes, it is.
Do you know that the political party mobilize their own funds?
That's true.
Do you know that even members of parliament, if you belong to a political party, you pay 1 million to the party?
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know that we are dealing with a president who has been in the politics for over 50 years? Do you know that he has the capacity to mobilize the money of the party?
That's true.
So why are you talking about taxpayers?
Now why are people making the noise about your money?
No, it could be part of ignorance. Parties mobilize their own money. You can't say the campaign of NRM during primaries. During primaries and during the general election, it was taxpayers' money. And you know how much money NRM used to win the election? and to have over 350 members of parliament there, was it a taxpayer's money? Please.
Well, I
understand how political parties are run.
I have exonerated you on that, being the
Why
fact that...
exonerate the entire party? Not only me.
No, the entire party did not take the money. It is you who got the money.
I go to the money, but we all go to the money. But you cannot say this is a taxpayer's money when you have a chairperson who has the capacity to mobilize the money internally, regionally, and internationally.
Well, the 100 million withstanding. Now, did you have any issues you discussed in Kyankwanzi that to the benefit of the people of Bughendera?
A lot of issues.
In a few minutes, can we have them, sir?
First of all, we were prepared of what the party is expecting from us.
As MPs?
As MPs of NRM.
Okay.
Those who will go on the front bench, those who will go back benches. Our relationship with other organs of the state. Refreshing us of the NRM ideological foundation. Refreshing us of the NRM philosophy and NRM strategy for this country. And we received so many papers from academias, from seasoned politicians, from the army commander, CDF, from so many. It was an induction, orientation.
A cocktail of presentations.
Exactly. It was an orientation week in Kyankwanzi. Yes. But of course, we had to present some of the issues that we also expect the party, the president, because he had won an election, the president-elect, to help us in our constituencies. And for Bughendera, we got 3 issues. We got a lot of issues, significantly 3 issues.
The first one?
You know, this Uganda Revenue Authority was taxing our cocoa from Congo. And cocoa from Congo is a raw material. Then the president said, you people, how
in
do
Uganda,
you tax?
we don't tax raw material.
No way. After all, Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, is part of East Africa and Central Africa. I think Sadaka down there. Why do you tax this raw material from Congo? And the president declared no more taxes on raw materials imported from Congo. Cocoa inclusive.
Bughendera. Issue number 2.
Because my business people
now,
they are enjoying. Issue number 2. The president said, through the Minister of Health, that sub-counties which are in a hard-to-reach area, of course, which stretch from the lowland up to the hard-to-reach area, we know that the policy of government is to have a health center 3 per sub-county. But these sub-counties which stretch from the lowland up to the mountain, Queen Elizabeth National, not Queen, Rwenzori National Park. We bend the policy, they will continue having 2 health center 3s.
So you
one up and one down.
They will be having 2
every sub-county that stretch from Rwenzori National Park up to the lower land will have 2 health centers.
How lucky you are.
I am man. I was born like I normally tell you. I'm the chosen.
Then the
chosen one.
Then the third thing they got from there.
What is the third one? When I was a minister of agriculture, hey, you know very well. I wanted to promote coffee on the
slopes.
On the slopes of Mount Rwenzori, the highlands. And I was distributing coffee seedlings. And in order to motivate the farmers, I secured 2 machines. 2 machines to process
the beans, the coffee beans.
Process coffee. The first one is in Ndandi Town Council. The second one is in Chirende as you leave my home. Coffee hallers, those machines. I thought they would work as a pull factor to motivate the farmers to grow more coffee on the mountains. And we use it to give them coffee seedlings. But because of rationalization, UCDA, Uganda Coffee
Coffee Development Authority.
will rationalize, go back to
the Ministry
the ministry, and then they brought the PDM in my absence. So the distribution of those materials, planting and stocking materials, went into abeyance. Now, as we were in Kyankwanzi, the president said, I have studied the significance of coffee, to promote coffee as a crop, as a strategic crop. Because that coffee, if I'm not mistaken, is the second highest foreign earner in this country.
That's true.
Even you know.
Yeah.
My God bless you. The president said he's going to organize through State House to have coffee nursery beds across the country at a regional level, supervised by State House, so that they give farmers free seedlings to take advantage of my machines, coffee hallers, in Bughendera.
You also scored another goal. Well, thank you all those that are watching this special edition of the Rwenzori Focus. We are hosting Honorable Christopher Kibanzanga Tabani Balibura, the MP-elect for Bughendera County. Let us go into a short commercial break. We shall be right back. Now, as a senior MP who has been in this house since 1996, I've read and been told that you entered that parliament as a teenager in your early 20s.
Very young man. I even regret. I should have waited to grow up. Now I'm addicted.
There have been concerns by people, Ugandans, that house is infested with corruption tendencies. Have you read that anywhere?
I have read it. President talked about it in Kyankwanzi and Ngoma. He was even parading people he had arrested in that parliament. My view is that it doesn't augur well for that house to be dragged in the scandals of corruption. And those who think they will use that house for corruption, let them stop. That house is a people's house. It has to struggle to extend government services to the people, to check the excesses, is that the word?
Yeah.
Of the executive.
Now, Honorable, who is supposed to fix this corruption thing?
Ourselves.
You, the MPs, or?
Ourselves, we, the MP. The fight against corruption cannot be external. It starts with your mind, it starts with your heart, it starts with your integrity, it starts with your moral background, your upbringing. A person like Kibanzanga cannot be found in corruption because he was brought up by a strong mother. Even stealing her sugar, you were beaten. You were beaten. So how would one steal? And by the way, the fight against corruption will start at a family level.
Well, leaving the corruption thing aside, Honorable, you're a former member of the opposition. I grew up seeing you in the FDC. Very strong man in the FDC. And the speaker is...
I would suspect that's why your microphones are red.
The current speaker, no.
It has nothing to do with it.
The current speaker is also a former member of the FDC.
Even the deputy.
At the dinner you had, where she was the chief guest, she said that there will be no opposition in parliament. When you weigh up these statements as a former member of the opposition, what does...
Are you sure I was there?
You.
I was sure.
You may not have been at the dinner, but...
Are you sure I attended the rally?
No, not the rally. I'm saying the former dinner for
the birthday of General
yes.
MK.
You were there.
I was
My
there.
cameras saw you. And
saw
the chief guest said in her words that there will be no opposition in parliament. How do you digest such words as a former member of the opposition?
My friend, if at all she made the statement, I cannot in Rwenzori we say, I cannot touch into the mouth of the speaker. If at all she made that statement, you wait until she appears on LOC Africa. I cannot answer that question for her. If at all she made the statement.
Well, you're a member of NRM. You're a member. You have been in opposition.
Maybe I can give a broader view.
You have tested all
I
parties.
can give a broader view, assuming your statement
Both
is
blue and yellow.
assuming your statement is true. The country made a conscious decision to go back to a multi-party politics.
That's true.
And that parliament can only be complete if there is
the other side of
the opposition, so that we debate, so that we refine our thinking, so that we refine our views to help the country to move forward. Being in opposition is not an enmity. Being in opposition is not a crime. I was there for 15 years in that parliament, member of the opposition, and we were not enemies. What we were trying to do is to refine our thinking, is to refine our views, so that we help the country to move forward.
Now, Honorable, as we wind up this program, you were supposed to swear in.
On 14, me is 14.
You is 14.
President is 12th. Other members of parliament who have AA on 13th, 14th, up to 15th.
Okay.
May.
You're swearing in as an MP once again because you have been
independent.
You have been to that house. I think now this is the third time. You were there.
If not the fourth time.
You left.
Because I'm going to make
you went back.
20 years.
You left. Now again you're back. When you compare these parliaments you have been part of, what distinctive difference do you see between those parliaments you are in and this one you're going to start?
Well, I cannot predict what I am going to have. But I assume and have hope that I'm going to a parliament that will bisect the proposed bills to give the Ugandans what they deserve. And that's the role of parliament. We shall do our oversight role, we shall do our appropriation, and have the checks and balances of institutions of government. That's the role of parliament. Parliament
was adjourned Sunday. We assume that it will sit again when the new government is formed. And there is a bill that was left hanging, the sovereignty bill.
Which one,
the Protection of Sovereignty bill. What is your comment about that bill, even when you haven't entered parliament?
If I haven't read it, no one want me to comment.
You have not read
and
it?
You know, for me, I joined...
Okay, but I want you to be on record.
Yeah,
you have not read the bill yet.
I joined the 1996, the 1996 parliament. We are the pioneers of a parliament that was enshrined in the 1995 Constitution. We are the pioneers.
That's true.
And by that time, our speaker was Honorable James Wapakabulo. May his soul rest in peace. And we had the other younger members of parliament, like Honorable Nobo Mayombo, also rest in peace. These were lawyers. Honorable Mwesige is now the cracked parliament. The Museo Benwacha, these were lawyers. And they told us as we were young, if you have not made the research, if you have not read the bill, you have no right to stand on the floor of parliament and make a comment. Because you will make yourself a laughing stock. Now here you are asking me. I am not a zoning. I am not a member of that parliament. That bill, I understand, has been referred to the committee of parliament. Committee of parliament is going to bisect it and then come back.
It is bringing it back to your parliament.
To the whole house. So immediately I'm shown in and I'm a member of parliament. I'm going to get the bill, read it, and understand what are the pros and cons of this bill. What are the advantages and disadvantages of this bill? And I will comment. But now the view that I have, it is from the social media. Now, how can a senior legislator like me, a senior citizen of this country, start making comments on rumors
on social media?
Based on social
Well,
media.
before we sign out, let us have the last parting shots from our guests on this exclusive Rwenzori Focus show. Honorable, can we have your last words before we come to the end of this show?
My last word is that my journey in this parliament is specifically to deal with the two issues in the next 5 years, the major ones, is to have Bughendera as a district, as promised by the president, echoed by the Speaker of Parliament. Bughendera to have its district.
The second issue?
The second issue is to pacify the Rwenzori so that we join the development agenda of this country. Meaning, let me give Bughendera as an example. Bughendera must have power like any other constituency, electricity. Bughendera, every sub-county must have a city school like any other constituency. Bughendera must have its health center trees like any other constituency. Bughendera is a mountainous mountainous constituency. In Rwenzori, which is a water tower, people cannot continue tapping water from the mountains, and you don't leave the water facilities in the mountains only to be enjoyed by the people on the lowland. Bughendera must have clean water. Bughendera must have its primary schools, primary schools per parish. Because if you go up there and you see our primary schools funded by government, you shed tears. You shed tears. So I am here to make sure that the so-called hard-to-reach areas are reached and integrated in the national planning of this country. If I can achieve that in 5 years, Bughendera as a district, reintegrate Bughendera into the national planning, home and dry.
Well, that's good from you. Can we have, maybe lastly, we are having the visit of the King, His Majesty, Omusinga Charles Mombere Mangoma, and in as much as he joined politics, it doesn't take away your birthright as the Chief Prince. Can you please call out all the people in Kampala to come and welcome their King in Makerere on 3rd May?
Thank you very much. The visit of the King of Rwenzori. Where will the venue be?
Makerere.
And Makerere is in the Buganda region. Makerere is in where the Buganda, the Buganda kingdom. And the King of Rwenzori is coming to meet his subjects. And there are no tension. There are no hollow balloons, yeah? Those things. It fits within my thinking of cultural institutions. And I am very happy. Because really, I have been struggling with my people in Rwenzori. The King of Rwenzori wants to go to Bunyangabo. Let us return. He wants to go and see his people in Bughendera, Wonderbojo, and Hey, you guys. And I was like, cultural leaders have the right to go and where they have their subjects. Cultural leaders are not territorial. They don't have a territorial claim. This is a republic. Uganda is a republic. But with so many communities. And these communities work like building blocks to have a house called Uganda. You cannot start restricting yourself because you have cultural institutions. Let me congratulate the Baganda for having. They don't even need. I doubt whether they even bothered. They know the king is coming to meet. The king of Rwenzori is coming to meet his people. So what? If you are Muganda, you have an allegiance to the kingdom of. Don't go there. If you want to go there to show your good neighborliness, you're welcome. This is the spirit under which President Museveni created these cultural institutions. He did not create cultural institutions of, he did not create entities to divide the people, to disintegrate a country, rather to unite a country. Unity in diversity. So, let me take this opportunity to thank Uganda Kingdom. Let me take this opportunity to thank central government. Let me take this opportunity to thank the king of Rwenzori. Let me take this opportunity to thank his community in Buganda, in Kampala, to invite the king to come and meet them in Buganda. And Jesus will not come back because the king of Rwenzori has come. Heaven will not fall.
That's true.
Heaven will not fall.
That's
and therefore, I wish them a good meeting, a successful meeting. And the moment it becomes successful, then the precedent has been created that cultural institutions have no boundaries. Cultural institutions reside in the people's mind, in the people's hearts, based on the kingdom for which I pay my allegiance.
Simple as that.
That's it. So the king of Rwenzori, you are welcome. Congratulations, the Kabaka, for having not caused a lot of problems like some of these things I see in other kingdoms.
Well, thank you so much, those that are watching.
And I urge the Banyarwenzori, living in Uganda and beyond, in the central region, to go and interact with their king.
Well, thank you all those that are watching us on LC Africa.